Hello and welcome to our Mutog Mod, part of Phoenix Rising project, but also available as a standalone very soon. We've made some wonderful changes to these magnificent beasts in our mod. We removed or merged 8 different variations Vanilla has and made them into 2 distinct builds, each with its own powers and weaknesses. Though this one here is the Raptor. He has a very nice resistances and pulse quarters weight and low armor, low hit points, but high movement, high will points, and also he has some interesting buffs. His poison tongue is 1 action point, his leap is 1 action point, his paw strike is now buffed in damage, his tail slice is significantly buffed. He got some piercing value on top of damage buff. Now it's ultimate limb disabler. And he's got this new skill, unfortunately due to a bug we're losing descriptions sometimes, but what it does is prevents enemies in 8 tiles from using willpower abilities, so it's powerful to shut down Siren Mind Control or Acheron's skills, and also it gives all enemies affected minus 50% accuracy malus. Not that it matters because they will hit Mutog anyway, but well, something to help the rest of the team nonetheless. So okay, we've got some very dangerous enemies here. 2 Sirens, Banshee and Armies. Oh, we've got some Umbras here, Earthon Tyrant Umbra. So okay, let's see what we can do. Let's move up our Berserker here, I think. Yeah, we got Earthon Bane here. That's quite interesting. Let's see what happens if you shoot him. Well, we could kill him, but instead I really want to finish him off with my Mutog. So I'm just going to soften him up a little bit. So my Mutog here can finish him off with his tail slice. Okay, now we need to reach this Siren somehow. So let's try that. And well, thing is, I don't really want to get hit by these guys. So maybe I can just scream at her and run away. Let's try that. Well, we will use Onslaught probably to get away from these fearsome tyrants. I'll try to play as fast as I can because I also have another Mutog to show you. So I'll just run somewhere around here and try to hide.
Advancing.
The rest of the squad will just help me show how it all plays. I'm not gonna be using them too much. So anyway, let's skip turn and see what happens next. How Sirens will act, how Skilla will act. She's approaching us. And what's interesting about this particular Mutog, that when your soldiers get mind fragged, he can use his tongue attack to lick off mind fraggers off the face of your friends and gain some action points. That's very useful because attached mind fraggers only have 50 health points. And yes, army's going after our guys, I think. Or not, she's just going to chill there. Let's check how much hit points each of them have. Well, they are pretty tough, in fact. It's not going to be easy for us to, do anything about them. I'm going to finish out this Siren with the rest of my squad. So hopefully my Mutog can focus on killing of these guys here.
Here I come. Acquiring targets.
She will be dead very soon. Okay then. And now it's time to unleash the beast. So here. This guy is not dangerous, but the Arthon guy is pretty annoying. So I'll try to kill him. Or at least disable his arm, but it's not working so far.
No surrender, no retreat.
So I managed to disable his shield arm, but not the other arm, but whatever. He's dead anyway. So I managed to get rid of one threat here. Skilla is coming after me. I'm going to challenge her with my Mutog. She can do a lot of damage to him due to close quarters weight and also a pretty large health pool. This poacher will try to paralyze my guys. So I hope Siren comes to us so I can show you how powerful Mutog can be against Sirens. Also here we have an Acheron, so for example what my Mutog can do is go here and stun disable Acheron by using his Screech and also prevent Siren from mind controlling. So maybe I should do that. So okay, where's our heavy here? Oh, she's really tough. A lot of armor.
Looking for an angle.
Well, I think softening up this guy is a good idea because I'm going to be navigating my Mutog over there. So he can... Sadly I can see him from over here. Let's try this.
Repositioning. All I need is a clear shot.
Okay, good. I managed to do some damage here, so that's good. So my Mutog can now feed on these guys. I don't want to waste extra AP, so I'll just jump here. Jump allows me to travel a little bit longer distance. I don't have a visual of this guy, sadly. And I fear I might just kill him if I shoot, so I'll just finish him off using my tail. Okay, now. I did disable his arm, so that's good.
Together or we die alone.
And yes, I think I will be able to show what he can do with his Screech skill. So basically, oh, there's a number there, but whatever. That's even better, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna Screech at them. So Acheron will be disabled. Siren won't be able to use her mind control skill.
Okay, let's move.
And Umbra is not as dangerous against him as well, because he can withstand a lot of punishment at close range thanks to his very powerful close quarters away skill. So I'll just finish that this next turn, probably showing some stuff against Umbra and Acheron and Siren. So you can see Acheron is going to just, you know, do nothing. This Banshee is not dangerous, she inflicts viral damage and our Mutog is viral resistant, so that's not big deal for him. Yeah, we're getting mind fragged a lot, so no more onslaught. Onslaught is really helping. And we also have poison resistance, as you can see, and non-attack, so we barely suffered any poison. And this Acheron here is not going to do any damage because he's simply disabled. He only has his spray ability, which is well, he's got cure spray, so he can't do anything. Okay, good. So we have Siren over here. Let's try attacking her with our slasher tail slice. I've built it in a way that we can disable any body part with 2 strikes, but unfortunately it doesn't always work out like it should, you know. Okay, so what can we do now about it? I wonder. We can probably kill this Mindfragger over there. I'd really like to be able to hit this Mindfragger on his face, because that would regenerate us 2 action points. I will try to do that. I will definitely try to do that. So there it is. Sadly, there is a skill lagon in the way. I wonder if I can even reach him. Well, that would be a failure if I can't. This is pretty. Right, I'll try to go here. No, we missed it. Unfortunately. Well, let's see how long we can hold off. Maybe one more turn. Just, you know, to show some stuff. Well, we can't reach much here, so I'll try to hit this Siren. To no effect, obviously. Oh yeah, the skill is going after my sniper.
Feels really wrong.
The Siren is practically harmless, she can't do anything to us. And we just can let her bleed out. She can mind control us still, but she doesn't want to. And this Acheron is trying to heal the Siren, so he's not doing much. And these guys are not really dangerous to us unless they disable our limbs. And they don't. So, okay, so now, unfortunately we're still mind fragged. These guys are fuel for Mutog actions, extra actions. So now we have to plan something so we can keep this kill chain going on. We don't have a lot of will points, so we really need to do, well, something about it. Maybe our heavy can help. Maybe our heavy can help, or maybe not. So I'm going to move again. Try to hit those enemies with Boom Blast. Soften up a bit. Hit this Umber so she can be killed. Yeah, so we can now finish this Umber off. Almost. Just one pistol shot. And we can kill her in 2 post strikes, so that's good. and of course it missed, of course. Let's still try to do that, I guess. Should have aimed. Okay, so now post strike 2 times. I will regenerate a lot of health. Umbras have a lot of HP, so it's really nice food for our little good boy. Okay, not a lot of armor here, I see. I'm still going to use Tail Slice. Unfortunately, I can't kill him in just one strike. I probably could have used a sniper's quick aim to soften this a little bit. But okay. It's still okay. Yeah, and I managed to disable his... That's really good. I managed to disable his arm. Well, this siren is not dangerous, like I said, so we're going to look at the Acheron, poison him. And just, you know, wait. So that actually turned out to be a very interesting demonstration. Somehow he doesn't want to retaliate at the skill of his tentacles. But okay. Well, you can probably see how devastating Mutog can be at this point. He really can disable a lot of enemies. He can tank, he can cause DOT effects. All of that's pretty useful. So let's probably go and show the other guy, right? So you can see that Mutog is really a useful asset even in a very late game. He can stand his ground, he can, well, do a lot of things now. So let's try the other mission. I will be doing this in one go, so you'll have to wait a few load times. I'm going to be doing a Haven Defence against Jericho soldiers, probably some high level troop there as well. Deploying here. I'm just going to disable everyone. And well, just use some mutoids and this guy. We call him the Beast. So this one is a heavily armored walking tank. He's slow, but he has a lot of willpower, he has a lot of armor, he has a lot of different skill that disable enemies. He also got some damage buffs, so he's going to be a real monster when he gets close. But let me show it to you here. So okay, this guy spawned on top. Then there are some enemies over here and over there. And now we've got this guy, Kaimano. He's got Furious Charge, that's a ramming ability that allows him to go forward and damage everybody in its wake. He has this Stomp here. It's a lot of shock damage, some blast damage, costs a lot, but if enemies come swarming to you, that's a really good tool to stun them and allow the rest of the team do the job. Then he had this Unbreakable, which also lacks some text for now, but it allows you to regenerate all the armor your Mutog has lost. Then also his bow is pretty strong. He has Headbutt that has a lot of additional damage. His Tail Bash also got some damage buff. So he should be good to attack these New Jericho soldiers. They're pretty high level, I think. No, this one's level 1. Yeah, they are not high level at all. Okay. They are low level New Jericho soldiers. So I think I'll just move my Mutoids away so I can show you how tanky this guy can be. I think against these low level human enemies, they are probably doomed when fighting against this beast.
A moment of revelation. A moment of revelation.
Now this one is probably high level New Jericho soldier, but he's far away.
Have you heard of the non-aggression principle? Yeah.
Yeah, they keep shooting at the
Step at a time.
Disciples of Eno guy. Haven Defenders as always are taking all the heat. Okay, this one's down, and let's see what the rest of them will try to do to our Mutog. Probably nothing, it seems like they don't care, they want to break buildings. Alright then. Finally a sniper hits us, but we regenerate a lot of damage right away, and the armor is still there, so... Right here we'll just smash him with our tail, and I think I'll just finish him off. Got some armor back, so what do I do? Well, let's go and also stun this guy. He's moving much slower than the Raptor does. Also, we obviously we don't have access to Onslaught here. But still, he has a lot less mobility. I will show his inners just in a minute. By the way, I forgot to show that to you, but when Mutogs get good, they can't usually, in vanilla, they can't escape it unless they have the leap ability. So in our mod, we have a leap ability for Agile Mutog, the Raptor. He can get away from the goo with this skill, and also he can avoid some obstacles, as I showed you in the previous mission. And this guy gets immunity to goo and also some acid resistance and regeneration as well, but you can see he has a lot less movement, and his will points are much higher, as well as his hit points, and of course his armor is pretty amazing. So let's show some ram ability here. As you can see, it absorbed a lot of action points from us, but also did a lot of damage to, and it actually deals more damage the more action points you have left. So that's a movement skill, but also a damage skill. So anyway, our Mutog here is done with his turn. Let's see what the enemies will do. And it's pretty difficult for them to deal any kind of damage to this Mutog. They shred a lot of armor. We can regenerate it with our skill, the Unbreakable. So it's time for New Jericho to suffer. Well, they removed their own fire somehow.
Big boom incoming.
Okay, so now we can probably kill this guy. Or can we? Maybe. Maybe we can. I'm going to destroy this turret. Also somehow gains me some action points back. And even though our armor is destroyed, we don't really care much about it. Because we have regeneration and a lot of health points, and I don't think these snipers can do much about it. They'll just keep destroying them. The heavy comes in, but he's helpless. Don't use jet jumps and tight spaces, it seems. Can't go very far. Yeah, he disabled our head, increasing our bleed value, so that's what these Mutoids are good for. They can probably, if they have cure spray, which they don't, they could have helped me to get rid of this bleeding, but even a simple medkit could do that, so maybe it's okay. And I keep regenerating a lot of health points every turn. So, okay, let's get rid of this sniper here. Let's see how much damage this heavy can actually do to us. Oh, wow, how? This is one level 1 sniper, which shouldn't really happen at this stage of the game. That's like the middle of March and the enemy is still like employing level 1 units on the battlefield. That's pretty stupid. As our armor gets shredded, it's becoming more and more dangerous, because heavy can actually deal a lot of damage if we let him. But the other guy is too busy damaging this. What is this anyway? Some kind of computerized shrine? I don't know. Well, let's go after this guy. And yeah, we are suffering a lot of damage here. And we lost our head while moving through the fire, so... And this heavy is quite high level, isn't he? Yeah, he is level 5. So, but we can still stun him with our next attack. So I'm going to clean up those heavies, so hopefully you can already see how strong this variation is, but actually against human enemies it's a little bit different than against Pandorans, because human enemies really are terrible at... Their AI is terrible and they don't have a lot of hit points, but it still shows how good he can be under certain circumstances. I still suffered some damage, I'm not at full health. But I'm going to stun this guy now with my headbutt. And there's just one sniper left and this heavy can't do much. 2 snipers, okay. So yeah, that wraps it up. So we have 2 variations of Mutog, the Raptor and the Beast. One is fast and all about DOT damage and you know, killing off his enemies and disabling them. And this one here is about shock damage, about stomp here. I'll just show it to you for now. And about toughness, he can tank a lot of damage and disable stun enemies, but he's not as fast to clean them up as the other guy. So anyway, hope you liked it and look forward to this mod very soon. And see you next time, hopefully with some video about our better classes mod.